back to Evil Popcorn. Yes, this is an official episode, so big thanks to Holdfast Public Relations. The people who brought us Slaughterhouse have now brought us the Jester. Thank you very much. So first of all, we're going to do general impressions. Yeah, so for those who want to go away and see the movie and come back, well, want to know our general thoughts. Yeah, we're going to give general impressions without spoilers. Then you can come back and watch the rest for our ratings, etc. Yeah. But before we do that, I must introduce my co-host. We'll start with the lovely gentleman down the bottom of my screen. How are you this evening, sir?
I am well, thank you, Mr. Popcorn. I finished work for the week. I've got tomorrow off, which is great. But I'm spending the day at home waiting for someone to come pick up some furniture I've sold online.
Oh, that's always fun. Yes, dealing with transactions
Facebook?
online.
Facebook Marketplace?
No. Printed out ad in our lift in our building, but someone not from the building has bought these bar stools.
That's wild. That's wild.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Scream Queen, how are you?
Well, I am Scream Queen, and it's past my bedtime, and I'm going good. I'm going good.
Yeah, well, we'll make. Sorry, after you.
Oh no, I'm just filling the space.
I feel you. You will make this one short and snappy because it's a very short and snappy film. Yeah, effectively.
It is.
The Jester. And we need to do some thanks before we give the general information. I want to thank Christian Fletcher, before I forget him. Christian Fletcher Events. If you're in, hello, Christian, shout out. Thank you. That's where I got my ticket from. And if you want to go see old retro movies, things like The Room, and you want audience participation going on, does great retro events. It's a very big community thing. He's been doing it for a long time. Christian does good work out there. You would agree, Baron?
Yep. I agree 100%. I used to work with him when he would put the Monty Python ones on. A group of us would turn up in costume and entertain the crowd outside the Globe Theatre, which is now
Evil Corp.
Exactly.
There you go. Brisbane, eh? Ooh.
Yeah.
But shout out, there, Christian, and keep it up. Also, Richard Warman again. Yes, Faith Nightclub, Brisbane. Yes, the spearhead of all that, and lovely gentleman. I had a good chat with him in the foyer of Dendy Cooperoo. Guess shout out there.
Classic. Love that place.
It's nice. Yeah, it was nice actually. It was a nice cinema. If you're there, check it out. I also, I'll save that for recommendations. So that's the only thing. Oh yes, we've wanted to thank Holdfast Public Relations. We did that before. I'll do that in correctile dysfunction. Thank you to Film Director for the random story on Instagram. Don't know who you are and how you were involved with Baghead, but was sent through, so thank you for that. And
is it? I might be completely deranged, but I think it might be the director of Baghead.
That's it, really?
I think so. It's his name. Is
it? Because all I've got here is what he sent through on the Facebook, the Meta Business Suite message thing.
Yes.
And he sent through a message, which was the Instagram story. You know how you can send that? The story through the share, utility to whatever platform. Yes. So, and it came through as a story and it just said film director. I have it here, not his name. But you have it as his name.
I'm pretty sure that is the director of the film. Okay,
that's pretty wild. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for the film.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's his name? Scream Queen, please. We must say it out.
His name is sorry. I was just looking at it with my thine eyes. Alberto Corredor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, oh no, that is actually the director of the film. If I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Amazing.
So yeah, that's awesome.
That's fantastic, and we have more about Baghead to say as well, to reveal, but we'll save that for one of Baron's little segments Yes, let it roll.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
Regarding
exciting.
Baghead, yeah.
Oh la
Yes.
But yeah, that's all. And thank you to Think Tank Communications as well. I met up with them. That we met the lady who represents them at Baghead, and she was there last
Again,
night.
yes.
Yes. So very cool, very cool. And so we shall have more horror movies coming that are going to be released here in Brisbane. That's a sure thing. So thank you. You know who you are. I'm not going to blow up your spot, but you know who you are. Thank you. It's great. Evil popcorn. Yes. Thanks you. Shout out to Scream Dad.
Yeah.
What am I talking about, Scream Queen? Please fill
This
the
is
children in.
my father. My father is a loyal subscriber to the pod.
Yeah.
And he has asked almost everyone that knows me if they've listened to it. He has a lot to say. And he's even started he's not a horror movie fan. He's quite against a slasher. He's not a fan of gore or
Okay.
particularly nasty, tragic stories. But we are so compelling, apparently, that he just can't help it. He just can't help but listen.
Yeah,
Which I
no,
think is
his reviews are great though. Like
Yeah.
his reviews of
Yeah.
our
I'll
reviews.
start sharing them. I'll start sharing them on
Please do.
Instagram for all
I'll
to
do it
see.
on Facebook. I'll put them up on Facebook there, children, so you can have a look because he's really
He'll
into
be
it. Yeah.
honored. He has
Yeah.
he loves the limelight.
Well, Sue, you are listening. Mr. Popcorn invites you to Evil Popcorn if you wish.
Ooh, a formal invitation.
Formal invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure no one minds. Yeah.
No, not
No.
at all.
If you have a film to recommend, yeah, make sure there's a shadow to it. You hear what we do. You know, you're a smart
He's a
gentleman,
big
I can
Stephen
tell.
King fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ah.
So throwing that out there.
Absolutely. But you know, his reviews are great, and I appreciate personally. We all do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Really cool stuff. Okay. Yes. So as I said
film.
off, yeah. Now, children out there of the popcorn. Now, the Jester. It's not new. It was out about start of October last year. This is a VOD release. Yeah. I'm not sure if there was a limited release, but yeah, this is very much an independent film. So if you haven't heard of it, totally understandable. That's what's good about Holdfast Relations. They bought a slaughterhouse. Fantastic. The little bit more of the world knows about it. So I'm happy to cover this film. It came out October last year. And so we're going to do general impressions of it. If you want to go away and watch it, look it up there, people. Overseas, I can tell you in Australia, I had it up before, my apologies, it's gone. It is reasonably available on quite a few platforms, but you do have to pay a small amount for it. You've got Prime, you've got YouTube, a couple of others, just Google it, it'll come up. So we're going to give general impressions. If you want to go away and watch it, come back and then get our ratings and the proper plot analysis. Yeah. So this is, moving forward, we've decided that is how we're going to approach this whole spoilers thing. But enough of me. Scream Queen, what did you think of The Jester?
Well, like you said, it's very snappy. It's a nice 1.5 hour little creepy Halloween fest. I thought it was very fun. I think the sort of I'm going to say myth of this Jester character is very intriguing.
Yeah. It is.
And I felt myself very emotionally compelled by the main characters and their sort of story and their connection to this very elusive character. Interesting. I really loved the female lead. She was great. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun. There were very nice little tricks throughout, performed by our lovely Jester character that I thought were very, very nice touches, some really nice special effects. I just thought it was fun. It's a nice little, if you want to use popcorn references, it's a nice little snack, a little treat. If
Mhm.
you're in the mood for a
Mhm.
little horror film, I
Mhm.
think. Yeah.
Mhm. Excellent.
Yeah.
Baron, yourself?
Um, okay, so the Jester. So I've watched the feature and I've watched the 3 short films that were made before the feature. They all run at about
Mhm.
10 minutes each. They're available for free on YouTube. Certainly check them out. I enjoyed it. I was entertained by the film. I felt that the story left me a little bit wanting to know more about the universe.
For sure.
I feel like we got that cold open, then we were straight into the story. Then we spent like a 15-minute scene with the 2 sisters chatting in the
Was it
diner or the
15 minutes,
cafe.
was it? Yeah,
It was
okay.
very long. Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we kind of went into a slasher.
Kind of.
Uh, I I would have liked some more exposition on the universe. But no doubt, given the fact that he's made three shorts before this, I have no doubt that it's going to go on, and we'll see more, and we might learn more in that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my biggest thing with this, I loved the Jester himself. The character was amazing. The
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
for an independent feature, they made
Big pop
a
for him.
lot
Yeah.
of they made a lot of decisions that were no doubt financial decisions, but they made them in a creative way that meant it
Mm,
looked like there was more money on screen than they spent.
mm.
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
the
fair.
the effects were great. And no doubt they gave the Jester some powers that meant I'm going to do this thing now that's going to look like this, and it's going to be say we're going to cheat it and we're going to make it look like it looks, but people are going to go, this is a power. This is a power that the Jester has. Amazing.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so I
Mhm.
don't at the start, I won't go too much into it, but there's some stuff with his hand. There's a character's head disappears, and the
Mhm.
hanging scene at
Mhm.
the start, all completely cheated. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Nicely put. Nicely put.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. Yeah. I was just
please.
going to say that it does seem like a film that had a higher budget than it
Mm.
did. It's
Yep.
very clean, like very, yeah, clever use of whatever budget they had.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. It was innovative. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, quite ingenious at times. The Jester reminded me of Art the Clown a little bit, but there were ways that it
Yeah.
was even
Yep.
more subtle and creative. Yeah. And I know
Yep.
that's a big call. I'm a big Art the Clown fan.
Yep.
But I'm glad this sort of thing is being explored, this type of villain as well. We need more slasher icons. We need more, more people, more of them in the pantheon. Yeah, they're the ones
Yeah.
that are in there have been there for a while. And we are starting to get them through the use of masks as well, because Art's face is
Mhm.
effectively a mask, and I'm a big fan of that. So yes, I agree
Yep.
with you, Baron. The Jester was done really well. If someone could look up, if they're looking at the screen there, the actor who played the Jester, he needs a
Michael
shout out.
Sheffield. Don't need
Yeah,
don't need to look. Don't need to look. I'm really interested in what he does now.
yeah, okay,
His
yeah,
mask
same.
work and his mime work and his clowning
Yes,
are
yes,
amazing.
yes, top notch.
Mm.
Absolutely. The way he physicalizes, yeah, certain
Yeah.
scenes. I won't spoil it, but there's this one scene he physicalizes.
Mm.
There's steps involved, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good, really top notch. Otherwise, in the film, the family stuff didn't sell me. And that's not the second time round. It wasn't due to the actors, which I kind of felt a bit on the first time, the
Mm.
first viewing. It was little things about the storyline. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tricky thing because they wanted to say a lot, but they had to keep it within a certain timeline, a certain
Yep.
duration, a running time. But the sense of things that needed to be experienced, the characters, certain emotional kind of things they had to go through needed more time than was given in the plot. Yeah,
Yep.
for the family, and so that I felt disengaged from that. But the Jester kept me going through to the end. I didn't mind watching it the second time through today at all. Kind of grew on me a little more
Yeah.
because the Jester is so damn good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The top hat trick with the head
Yeah.
is one of the most, yeah. the best
It was
things I've ever
amazing.
seen.
It
Yes,
was a
it's
lot
up
of
there.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
up there.
I find
Um,
it's funny that I said almost the exact opposite to what you guys. It's no doubt I love the Jester, like the physicality, like you said, was
Yeah.
amazing. I do agree that maybe they could have picked and chosen the beats of the emotional beats
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah, it's that sort of shit.
differently.
Kind of let it
That's
down
what
a
I would
little
have
bit,
done to make it a little bit stronger.
Sure.
But I was at least intrigued by what they were getting at with the background of the characters.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so here's that point of the podcast. If you want to go away and watch it and come back now, because we're going to get into the plot. And yeah, I'm going to keep it snappy. We're on a little bit of a crunch here tonight, here, children.
Shall
So
I
I'll
get
just
the
Mhm.
shall I
Sorry.
get the correctile dysfunction out of the way?
If you want to do that now, yes. Okay, let's do that now.
Yeah. Just while people are still listening, before they disappear off to go and watch the Jester, which you
Yeah,
should
good
do.
point. Good point.
Definitely do it. We have a
Mhm.
correctile dysfunction for Baghead.
Yeah.
So we were informed
Mhm.
via the internet, via a system
Hold on,
of electronic tubes.
before we go forward, just this is his wishes as well. This person doesn't want to be known or called out.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
just say in terms of Baghead, he's a big deal. So thank you for alerting to us to this mistake here. Yeah, please.
But this is a person connected in some way to Baghead. We watched the wrong short.
Mhm. We did.
That makes
had the whole
sense.
image behind me the whole time. I'm not
So
keying it
there
out.
are
Sorry.
there are a couple. There are a couple of shorts. There's the short one, and then there's the not so short one. And yeah, so we apparently watched the wrong one. I've since watched the right one, and it makes
I'm
more
going
sense.
too soon. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I was like, wow, they really extrapolated from this original
Yeah.
short here.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
on us.
so-
That's on us. We
Yeah,
didn't dig
that
deep
was
enough.
nice. Yeah. So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And
Thank you.
Appreciate
he's going to
it.
let
Or
us know
madam,
when that.
sir or
don't know.
madam.
Yes,
No,
of
no
course.
idea. No.
But they're going to let us know when it's going to be released online, and we'll cover it in a conversation. Yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
So let's get into it. Yeah, if everyone's I think that's
Oh,
enough
yeah.
for those who want to run away now and come back.
So
Otherwise,
Please.
when I clap my hands, go away to see the Jester. Now come back. There you go. I don't know why I did that. That's just ridiculous.
It's magic tricks.
Yeah, it's
Is that
magic.
sort
It's
of
a magic trick like the Jester. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Take my card. No.
Now we have a Halloween movie on our hands. Oh, the Jester.
Yes.
The information. Here's the basic information. The director is Colin Krawchuk. Writers Krawchuk and Michael Sheffield.
Yes. Michael
Oh,
Sheffield
yeah.
is the guy that plays the Jester.
There we go.
They're the same
Yes.
people that did the shorts.
And a whole bunch of other people, but they're the mains.
Yes, but Krawchuk also, I didn't realize this until just recently, did a short, a Star Wars fan film short that I really
Yeah.
liked called
Awesome.
The Victory.
Very
So
cool.
yeah,
Very
check
cool.
that out as well.
But this is their first major, yes?
Yeah.
I believe, yes, that's correct. And it stars Sheffield, of course, as the Jester, and I believe you'll have the two sisters here, Leela Symington and Delaney White.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jocelyn
Delaney
and Emma.
plays Jocelyn, or known as JC, as I will be referring to her quite a lot. And Leela Symington, Emma, and I will be referring to her as Emma, and Jester will be Jester. Okay, so movie opens. We have a Halloween movie that is shown by the Halloween flyer on the lamppost, yeah? And the whole movie has a kind of jack-o'-lantern orange coloring to it,
Yep.
yeah? Pretty much the whole thing, yeah.
And that's carried over from the shorts as well.
Yeah, and
I feel like the shorts are very,
yeah. Okay, and now we have John. We know it's John because he's got his name badge on, so we've got typical middle-class white working man here.
Yeah.
And he's quite and he is unhappy. You can tell this straight away just looking at his demeanor. And he calls up his ex on his phone. Yeah. And it's pretty much, implied straight away he's trying to get back with her. Yeah, because he wants to apologize. That's what you think at the start. And then the Jester pops up behind. Because the wife tells him to fuck off. Yeah, in the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets a little bit kind of defensive. It's nothing crazy though, nothing to read too much into. Until, of course, he turns around to the Jester and says, "Hey, I tried. I really tried." She said no, effectively. And the Jester. Who wants to describe the Jester to people, to those who are just listening and haven't seen the movie?
Okay.
Well,
He's wearing.
yeah.
Go.
No,
Go.
go, please. Please
You
go.
sure?
Yes.
Okay, so he's wearing a cheap orange Halloween suit, the kind you'd see people that think they're funky in a Bucks party wearing,
Mhm.
and a
Mm.
Harlequin mask with a top hat. He wears gloves. Slim man, very, very smooth movements.
His movements are interesting. Yes. The
Yeah.
mask has a black. It's like a shark's grin. The teeth of that exposed black lip
Yes.
grimace. Yeah, and black
Yeah.
eyes. You never see the eyes.
So interesting thing with the mask on that. In the shorts, I don't think they did the same thing they did in the feature. In the feature, the face mask itself is over a black fabric mask that obviously the actor can see through. So when you look, there's nothing behind the teeth where the mouth would be. There's nothing behind the eyes behind the eye holes where the eyes would be. So it's like you're looking into blackness behind the mask.
Yeah.
So they
Nice.
definitely upped their mask game between the shorts and the feature.
Yeah, they did. This mask is very effective. Certainly shot at the right angle, and they make use of
Yeah.
the angles, the profiles, and such. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
really
look
well.
like just a guy wearing a mask. It looks very like this is a
Yeah.
creature.
It's the cool thing about
permanent, yeah.
One of the good things about it, which makes it monstrous, which turns it into a slasher icon. Well, I don't know if they're yet, but potential. What is behind the mask? You automatically think, what the hell is the effed up shit behind that mask? Yeah. Its gimmick is a deck of cards. It's also, what did you think of the way it was disheveled and kind of dirty? Like even the white gloves are stained.
It gives history to the character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, where has
Yeah,
this
that's a nice
character
way of
been?
putting it.
Why are they dirty? Like,
Mhm.
it's not a pristine suit. And it could be blood, it could be dirt, it could be any number of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like that, definitely. It's great.
Initially, I was a little, I don't know if it's where I've obviously there's a lot of intentional decisions behind why this suit is the choice of costume for this character, this orange suit. And I like what Baron said about it looks like someone would wear it to a Bucks party as a joke, like that sort of like gimmicky feel, like is very that's a fun take on it. I don't know if it's my first choice for if you have a character named the Jester to wear an orange suit, but there definitely is like an elevated, I guess, feel to like, obviously you don't want them to be in the classic like bells and jangling all around, but I did kind of miss it. I did kind of miss the jangling that you would expect
That
from a
does
Jester.
come up in one of the shorts.
It does.
The Jester off. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was fun. And they do sort of do that in the movie a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But I was just interested as why. Yeah.
I would bet that it's the same suit from the shorts, and I would bet that suit was in the back of someone's closet, and they went, orange is a Halloween color. He could just be wearing an orange suit. We don't have to hire clothes from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
I feel
practical choice.
Are they playing off
the
Harlequin mask? You can, associate. But I feel you because I thought that this is more the illusionist. My first feeling.
I was like, oh, he's giving magician with the cane and the top hat, but I wasn't really getting Jester from anything beside the mask. But then, because then I was like, I guess because he has the deck of cards, he's sort of Joker-esque, which I know Joker is another name for Jester. And I know the Joker sort of has its own connotations, but
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Jester, and there are, kind of historical, theoretical ways you can look at.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
so
is this
it does
gonna
work
be
overall.
about yeah, is this gonna be about class? Is he's attacking people of a certain class? I don't know. I initially when the movie started, I was like,
that's
where
interesting.
could this go? Who
Keep
is
that
this
in
figure
mind
and why
as we
is
go through.
yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
screen print there.
So
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, for
my
sure.
my first thought when the movie started was at the moment I'm rereading a series of books called The Rivers of London by a guy called Ben Aronovich. Excellent books. The first
Okay.
book, the bad guy is the ghost of Punch from Punch and Judy. And my first thought was, oh, is this Punch from Punch
Beautiful.
and Judy?
The mask, the grin, this face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. And his suit not only looks, kind of shabby but snazzy. It also has quite cool abilities because John meets his end as the cold opening. That's the kind of the climax of this little cold opening here. Via the suit being used, he does it up, make sure it's done up nice and tight, which starts choking him, then pulls it up from the back, which hangs him because a noose suddenly appears. There's a lot of things suddenly appear in this film, and he's hung over the bridge of whatever city they're in. And down he goes. And credits.
Or up he goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys like the opening?
Yeah.
As a
No,
setup?
really good.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked the way that they established there was some sort of relationship between those two characters. It wasn't
That
like he
was
was
weird,
stalking his victim, like he was, but it was
Mm.
clear that John actually knew who he. We should also mention that John was not only seeing the Jester, he was also seeing a little girl wandering around.
His daughter, Emma.
His
That was
Yes,
Emma.
who we know to be his daughter Emma. Yes.
Yes, there was the photo. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
absolutely. So you set up this guy's done bad by his family, definitely, and then you have this killer. So we established the two, worlds. Yeah, the plot overall. Yeah, no, nicely done, nicely done. And then we're at John's funeral. Not a good photo of him. The gravedigger was right. Both daughter. Please.
Oh, I was this guy reminds me like I mean no offense by this, but he kind of reminds me of a VeggieTales character.
Who is this, John or the gravedigger?
John.
Okay.
I was like, he looks familiar. Then I was like, he looks like the cucumber from VeggieTales. Anyway, that's just a little aside.
Sure.
I'll do a side by side. Okay.
Yeah. I like it. We'll do that. Both daughters are in attendance, which is Emma, which is the little girl that he had the vision of on the bridge. That's John before he died. And then you have Jocelyn JC, who is the younger, Emma older. Yeah. Emma's walking away, talking to mum on the phone, saying that basically the service is over, seems to have an okay relationship with the mum, not so much JC. But JC has organized for them to meet at the bar the next night. It's an estranged family. This is set up straight away in the second scene. It's very functional the way things are going in terms of the plot at the moment. But before that happens, M does see the Jester dancing on John's grave. I liked this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have someone we wish the Jester would dance on their grave.
It'd be so cool to dance on someone's grave, that you didn't like. Yeah. The setup for the setup of the two characters was cool. Yeah, you could tell they were both different. Yeah, one was more conservative. One comes from a more, alternative world, shall we say. Next up, we have MC's Jester. This is in the street. Oh, no, sorry, dance. My bad. We have the grave diggers arrive, and Jester has his way with them. Yep. One of them, we get to see that the Jester we've already seen the supernatural powers, if you will. And this he uses on the two grave diggers. He does a shoe tying trick on one of them, and one of them trips and hits the head of the tombstone, the grave on the ground, dead. Yeah. The shoe tying trick appears, later on in the film a few times, and the Jester has a few tricks up his sleeve.
He's a little prankster.
Yeah.
He just likes to do little pranks that end in death.
Yeah, no, and he's funny. He's definitely funny at
Oh,
this stage.
yeah.
He's amusing me. He's amusing me. And it's also there's also the weirdness to it as well, because there's a certain music, a certain melody that goes along with the Jester's appearance, and his I don't know if he's wearing bangles or there's bells in his coat, but whenever he's moving his arms, there's a jingle and a jangle here. So there's this whole kind of weird mystique that's built up straight away. Certainly when he pulls a goddamn apple out of the other gravedigger's mouth.
Loved,
Yeah.
loved that reveal of the
Yeah.
apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah,
He gives him a little pat on the back. Blood comes spurting out of his
absolutely.
mouth. Yeah, it was
Absolutely,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
It worked better. Yeah, for me, I liked that. Wasn't the inciting incident that that lets you know you're not in Toto anymore now. Not in sorry, Kansas anymore now, Dorothy. That was the guy dying on the bridge. But this was a great moment
Yeah.
for me to introduce who the Jester really is. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and then we meet up in the bar. The two sisters meet up in the bar. And yeah, Emma is a guitar tech for a band. Very Hello Evil Dead Arise, very kind of similar to their character.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad
Yeah.
thing, but yeah, just noticed that. And they it's not a great reunion. JC admits after a few beers that she's controlled by others in her life, especially who was it? Was it David? No, Dave.
Oh, yeah, she was
Yeah,
talking about a
Dave.
hypothetical husband.
The fuck Dave. The
Dave.
fuck Dave
Yeah.
exchange. That was a nice little
Yeah,
exchange.
yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
enjoyed that moment. It looked like
Did it?
they were going to go
Yeah.
somewhere as a reunion.
Yeah. I don't think it
Reconciliation.
necessarily drove the plot forward for
No,
me.
not really. No, not in a
I
big
think,
way. Not in a big
yeah,
way.
we could have just gotten into the juice of the
Yeah, so there was some
thing.
meandering that could have been focused on more pertinent details to carry more emotional weight throughout this
Yeah.
film regarding the family. Yeah,
Although I
that's
did
what I'll say about it. Yeah, please.
I did really, really love Emily's monologue. When the conversation sort of takes a turn, when she starts talking
She
about
gives
why
yeah. JC gives Emma the photo that John had. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
it was that photo.
she's
yeah.
like, why'd you even come to the funeral if you hate him or whatever? And she does this monologue that I thought was very nicely done.
Yeah, they break
Um,
apart. They break apart.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, following good plot beats at this stage, definitely. But maybe just focusing on the family a little too much. Yeah. Yes, so Em leaves, but and Jester is waiting for her on the footpath. Emma not takes refuge, but walks into a superette or a 7-Eleven, these type of places, convenience store, with the horny clerk.
Scared
What? Go.
Why does he have to make a pass at her? Why?
He's bored. He's
Oh
bored and he's
God.
not very
I-
smart.
Could
Yeah.
anything could have happened, but then he had to be like, "Oh, little lady, hello."
I really
I
dislike this
was
character
like,
because
oh,
no shade to
God.
the actual person out there, but the character was
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
Oh
and
no,
his-
that
and-
that
and his-
the it was well
Yeah.
done.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think this acting was that great. Sorry, I have to point it out. I am an actor.
No, you're allowed.
I'm not an expert, so I'm allowed to say it though. That's all I'm saying. And that bit where she comes back later on, not to jump ahead, and he's not into her anymore, because she didn't in the first place. And and there's that,
maybe he was just
please.
taking no for an answer.
Yeah. There was this one shot of him though, where he's figuring out what to do, and then there's a cut, and she goes to the bathroom, and there's this look on his face, and it's like, you don't know what to do in this moment. You are
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Look, a
You're
little bit
right.
like that. Mhm.
But
One
again,
of the things that
nothing personal.
one of the things I will mention at this point is I really like the way they use mobile phone conversations in the film. So
Yeah,
it's been
sure.
used a
Yeah,
couple
so
of
do I.
times now, and it gets
Yeah.
used again.
Oh, in a very effective way later on. Very
Yeah.
effective way later on. And then Jester meets the two trick-or-treaters, yeah? There's a lot of good cop, bad cop, nice kid, bad kid in this movie. There's this duality throughout, and we meet it here for the first time. And the very sweet little like ghost-like Casper kid, and then the other one who's a little prick.
I think he's dressed as a clown,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I
he
thought
is
was fun.
actually. Yeah, there you go. No, that's an actual thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
it's a callback to the one of the shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And Jester is nice to the nice kid. Jester is not nice to the nasty kid.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's the first sort of, it's called, again, jumping ahead, but it frames things, that the Jester showing you the truth, you know, how it was mentioned on the phone, just wants to show you the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is that duality that's not quite balanced. Yeah, throughout the film in terms of good, evil. Yeah. But he shows that towards the kids, and we get another cool trick from the Jester when the nasty kid's trying to take back, the candy out of the good kid's bag, and his gloved hand appears. Yeah.
Yes,
And,
very fun.
Yeah. And the powers of the Jester, the things that the Jester can do, because it escalates the scope of this thing's power. Yeah, and this is just giving you the first little touches of it. Which was crazy. Yeah, liked it. Okay. We're at JC now, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
JC's friends arrive and she's baked. She doesn't get baked that much. She has two quick little puffs.
She's watching the house on
Haunted Hill.
Haunted Hill.
Yeah,
Yes.
Vincent Price.
Which,
very
I
good
thought
scripting.
was
all the haunting
fun. A House on a Haunted Hill is the
It's House on
film,
Haunted Hill, the 60s number. Yeah.
Which I have on disc.
I think I put a note here: royalty-free movie footage.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how'd they get this? And I was like, wait, hang on.
Nice observation. And JC's friends arrive. Okay, so the dad. We'll just say that the dad's dead for now. We'll get into what happens with the dad later on. Sorry, where's the mum? Did I miss something?
No.
Is the implication that her mum walked out on their family? Or she's dead?
Not clear.
No, she's on the phone because Em talks to her on the phone. Where bookends the film.
But JC's mum is different to Emma's mum.
So JC is living by herself. That's how this is said.
She doesn't have she doesn't have a mother and father.
JC's got some money. What does JC do for work? Am I being too nitpicky?
I feel like he maybe left her a son.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I just wanted clarity on the mums.
I get that. I'm like, how old is she?
I found it a little
confusing. Is she studying? Is she living in her own home? Like, again, like no one, it doesn't really matter, but I was curious about.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to know.
It is. You know.
Yeah. Okay, now, yeah, it's just a general interaction. Jester and M are out on the street yet again. Jester is determined for M to pick a card. She draws the ace of, is it a black hole or a supernova? Because these cards are not your typical cards, yeah?
I think it's the ace. It's the ace of diamonds because in
It's
all the
the ace
shorts,
of
it's the
diamonds
ace of
because of
diamonds.
Harlequin, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But the cards are very cool. I like the look of the
yeah, yeah.
cards. Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah.
design.
Not your typical card. Very cool design there.
I was kind of expecting it to be a tarot deck,
Okay.
and then was pleasantly surprised when it was just an odd, normal
Yeah.
deck of cards.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
tarot cards, the easy association. I did it myself recently at film school. But yeah, no, it was much better doing it that way. All right. Friends talk about ghost stories, which triggers JC and sets up the next scene, in which we see Ghost Dad at the chair, sitting at the chair in the lounge. Yeah, Ghost Dad's arrived. Okay. And there's a weird speaking voice. There's lots there's kind of there's photos and there's work with the reflections there, which has been a thing for a few of the films that we've looked at. The ghost thing, I don't know, it was very quick. This movie's very quick to pull these things out again. I know I'm hampering on about it, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what they were getting at with the ghost thing, because obviously the Jester is some sort of supernatural force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it gets
because
muddied.
his abilities are not that of a human being.
Yeah. At the
But
very
yeah,
least,
it's
we're
not
looking at
connected.
telekinesis. Yeah, at the very least, we're looking at telekinesis. Is there hypnosis? Is it portals?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Universe,
I
as you're
was
saying,
like, is
Baron,
this
open up that world so we know a little bit more.
yeah,
Sprinkling.
is there hallucination happening? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is it just as simple as that? I mean, they obviously experience a lot of trauma.
Yeah, but that's what it didn't connect because
Yeah,
there wasn't enough points in between for me to feel for her seeing the ghost and breaking down, and JC to be triggered as much by these little things coming
for
up.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
I know it just recently happened, but it's muddied by the ideas, is the dad good or not as well? And yeah.
I think in
Anyway.
JC's experience, he is like the perfect dad.
Yeah. Anyway, all
I don't
good,
know.
all good.
Yeah.
Did he make a deal with the Jester? Did he have some sort of deal?
Perhaps.
Yeah, anyway, I'm muddy with the emotional thing, but yeah, the ghost thing is convoluted at this stage. And yeah, JC freaks out and then decided that she needs to go to the Halloween festival. She wasn't keen before, but oh my God, is she keen now? Cut
Poor
to
choices.
Yeah.
Poor
Of
choices.
course. Oh, understandable, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's upset.
Yeah. M and Jester are back on the street. It gets physical because M is, seen as a badass, presented as a badass from the get. And Jester.
It's the leather jacket.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, ripped jeans, all black.
Eyeliner.
Yeah. Yeah. And JC is smaller, wears white, kind of more pretty makeup, if you will.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's.
I mean, there's sort of a little bit of a class thing going on. It's clear that like JC is presented as like the right daughter, the daughter that he thought he deemed worthy of his time, who he obviously gave a very privileged life to.
Yeah. So there's a bitterness between the sisters there because of that, Yeah. Anyway, there was a broken bottle. Emma's carrying a beer bottle. She's a badass. It's broken. Jester picks up a piece of glass and then proceeds to slit his own throat. And it's a very much anime manga style blood spurt. Falls backwards and then stands right back the fuck up. Realizes what she's dealing with. Baron.
That to me was the only dodgy effect in the film.
Okay. Elaborate,
So
please.
the raise, so the like the spray was fine, the fall backwards was fine, but the raise up was very mechanical. So
Yeah.
you could almost see,
Shh.
you could almost see the people pulling to get him back up. So he didn't come up smoothly. It's the
Oh,
only
I
effect that
see.
took me out of the film.
Ah, okay. Yeah, all right, that's fair. Because he was doing other great physical work.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
just saying
but
it probably would be. Please.
yeah, the actor had no control over that. That was basically
Yeah,
them being lifted by someone else
yeah,
off screen.
yeah. I get what you mean. Scream Queen, did you want to add anything there?
Oh, I don't know a lot about behind the scenes effects.
Yeah,
But I
I
do
thought you just
I
wanted to
do
say something,
know
please.
I'm just talking. I did in this moment where he sort of starts becoming a little bit more floaty, doing a little bit more like inhuman sort of stuff. It did remind me a lot of the silence from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I was sort of getting
The Gentleman.
that, yeah, the gentleman
Yeah.
from that episode. Yeah,
A Tim Burton creation.
I thought that
it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of giving that
That's
vibe, and I
cool.
think
Yeah,
that is a
that's
very
cool.
interesting character. So that's what the physicality reminded me of.
Beautiful reference there. I like that a lot. Yeah, stands the hell back up. Okay, JC freaks out. Sorry, what am I saying? M freaks out, of course.
They're both freaking out.
Yeah, they're both freaking out. Sorry, give me a sec. M goes back to the clerk at that stage. Yeah.
Why would she go back? This is my one question. Why would she go
Oh, sorry,
back to the
my bad.
clerk that made a pass at her?
Hold on, before we get there, my apologies, Scream Queen. I
Sorry.
did jump forward because we're actually at the Scream Park. Yeah, JC is flipping out at the presence of death in the air. It's very Final Destination meets Scooby Doo. Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
this look and vibe going on, Baron.
A little bit of the reboot of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, cool. It looks cool though. I'd like
Yeah,
to
it
go
did
to
look
it.
great.
It had a
Yeah.
great, yeah, they did well again with their budget there, making this place look appealing. Definitely. For her friends to be excited, but JC, she's, this nooses are seen, yes, when she's walking up there playing on that
Yeah.
symbol,
I
if
don't
you
know
will.
why her friends thought it was a good idea. Just kind of
Yeah, I mean, her friends are pretty loose. Yeah, like
Oh,
Liam's
yeah.
Liam's little story that he shares. That was, that kind of dude. What are you doing? Yeah, but they mean well.
Yeah,
But
but like
yes, you're right,
notoriously, friends in horror films are never that good.
No.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Never. And if they were, they probably wouldn't be interesting for us to watch.
Yeah.
And they are all high as well.
It's
It's
true.
the whole classic thing of horror where the teenagers get fucked up and then they get fucked up.
Yeah.
And yeah, no spoilers. Scooby-Doo, Final Destination. JC gets diverted from group. He gets lost in the park. Yeah. James C freaks out at her broken family. This is where she breaks down in front of her friend. I forget that friend's name. It's the really nice one who says, if you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to. Anyway, Em returns back to the clerk. Why you asked why Scream King? Yeah.
That was I was like, why wouldn't she just go home? She's had something very traumatic happen to her. She just seen someone commit suicide in front of her eyes, splash blood in her face, and come back to life. And she's like, what if I went back to that guy who made me feel really uncomfortable earlier?
Yeah, no, it's silly. It's just silly.
But look, I don't know. What I really would have loved, I think, is for the sisters' stories to be intertwined with one another.
Yep.
I think if they had gotten trapped somewhere
Yeah.
together,
There you go. Yes.
if they had been forced to stay together and confront this character together, I think it would have tied in the emotional element more. We would have gotten more of the Jester, and it would have made a lot more sense, I think.
Yes. Mr.
I
Popcorn pops for that. Yes, very
yeah,
well.
I think the
Oh.
fact that they are so separate for so much of the movie didn't serve the plot as well as it could have. So all of these little
Yeah.
things that we're nitpicking, I think, could have been solved. Like she wouldn't have gone to the clerk if JC was there. You know, like
I've just had a little bit of a look on IMDb, and the clerk is played by an actor called Sam Lukowski.
Mhm.
And it says here, the very first line of his bio, Sam Lukowski is a character actor best known for his on-screen portrayals of sleazy and violent villains. Yeah, so
how
Well, there you go.
playing to type, playing to
Yeah,
type.
playing
There
to
we go.
type.
Okay,
Sure.
you know, get your bag, whatever it takes.
And look, we
Okay.
need unlikable characters because
Yeah.
we need
Not
cannon
everybody's
fodder
nice.
in a slasher.
And it's a slasher type, definitely.
Yeah,
This
for
dude.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, there is a market to be filled there. Well done. All right, so Em returns to this dude, and I already talked about it before, so we've gone over that. There's the cut to the bathroom. She's cleaning herself off here. She was spattered with the Jester's blood on the face. Comes back, we have good cop, bad cop. Yeah, she tries to explain what has happened. They do not believe her until the
Classic.
Jester shows up and does another handcuff trick, just like the shoelaces. Yes, because this is a little thing it's got going. And yeah, then performs, I don't know if it's the best kill scene. Fuck, that could be a gimmick, a segment, best kill of the movie.
Yeah.
This top hat take the head off and have the dancing around, then
Yeah.
dance with
It
the
was
headless
very
corpse,
fun.
whilst the other dude is handcuffed, just freaking the fuck out. Everyone freaks out beautifully. Even the
Yeah,
clerk guy
very
running
good.
outside was done
Lights
really
are
well. There you go.
flashing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this was just madness. This was a moment of surreal, really, yeah, it was like body
Yeah.
horror at a fucking fucked up carnival. It was, yeah, I don't know, it was great.
It
What
was
did you guys
great.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun. And I love to see non-believers get got. You know,
Yeah.
they're like,
Lovely.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then you're
Yeah.
like, you're dead. You're dead. And this is
Mhm.
karma for not believing this poor traumatized woman. And I
Yeah.
thought it was hilarious. And I was rooting for the Jester. And I think that's in a slasher, sometimes that's good. Like sometimes you
Mhm.
just want a little bit of chaos. And I think this is exactly what it gave us.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Very
I like the
creative.
bullet. I liked the bullet catch gag. That was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught the bullet as well, didn't he? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the
And
Jester,
so cheap to do. So cheap to do, but so effective.
yeah, no, the Jester's a hard ass. The Jester's for real. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got potential to become great.
Yeah.
I like what Art the Clown has given birth to here. That's just coming from me though.
You can
Because
do so much. Yeah.
ultra
Without
violent,
saying anything.
mute, ultra
Yep.
violent, and highly theatrical. Yeah, I
Yep.
dig it. And the mask shit,
Yeah.
I dig it. All right. Okay, we're back at the camp. Friends want to take JC home. JC sees Ghost Dad. Okay, this is where things start, getting layered
Hang
on
on,
top of each
hang
other.
on.
Huh?
Hang on, Ghost.
Yes,
Did
please.
she watch? Did she watch the movie with Bill Cosby?
Okay. I'm old enough to get that.
Like,
There was a movie that Bill Cosby did back in the day
oh,
called
okay.
Ghost Dad, where he plays a dad who becomes a ghost.
I was like, the movie Ghost? I was like, that's a very
Bill Cosby
loose,
was
like,
in the movie Ghost. What if?
Yeah.
Shit, I never thought Bill Cosby would be mentioned, but that's okay. That's
Yeah. Well, it is a movie about a horrible monster.
There you go.
oh.
Should have been on the list. Okay. Okay, so Ghost Dad has arrived, sees JC, now keep up children, sees JC as a young kid, but is effectively a ghost, or it's another timeline line slipping through. I argue could be either at this point, we don't know. In terms of the narrative, Jester removes so in Jester is playing a ball and cup game, a lot like you see New York Hustlers do. Yeah, you're with me, everyone. And then removes his teeth. Yeah. as he picks up one of the cups, there's his teeth. And eventually with a nice tap of the cup, you think he's safe. Taps the cup, his eyeballs fall out. There goes his eyes.
So good.
It was very yeah.
There's potential to this dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jester removes Liam's teeth. Yes. Jester. Okay, then Jester meets Jester collides with and kills friends. There's the broken leg, with the cane, and then there's the whisper to choke. So you know what I mean in terms of this good evil keeping balance. The scales tip.
Yeah.
And the obvious
It's a
way,
sport now. It's not
Certain points in this
justice.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mum Jester. Okay, Mum / Jester, because we have at the very, very start, Mum calls Em on the phone. Em's frazzled, thinks it's actually Mum, quickly goes, hang on, why are you calling me? Then we get the evil tone comes into Mum's voice as the Jester doing his thing. This was really good. This was actually a psychological attack by the Jesters, actually starting to fuck with their minds. I appreciated that. Yeah, the voice work was really good. Whoever did that for the mum, shout out. And then we have the physicalization of Jester by Sheffield, there by Michael Sheffield, of Mum's words over the phone. Yeah, did a kind of mime routine up the stairs towards Em. Really sinister, really well done.
Yeah, creepy. Like the disembodied voice and the movement.
There's a sense of menace to what the Jester does, which was shown in the shorts as well, even though the shorts are far less violent overall. That I really appreciate about the Jester. As soon as the Jester comes in close proximity, you start going, oh, what's going to happen? Yeah. So you've done well with the Jester there, people. Keep it up there, Crawchuck. Okay. Okay, so where are we at? It's great acting. Yeah, M meets undead ghost dad Jester on bridge. I'm saying undead because in the park he started to go a kind of undead cello gray with the blue veins. Yeah, so really pushing.
Makeup.
What did you guys think? Is this pushing the ghost idea? Terrible makeup. It was obvious. It was very blatant.
I don't know. I think this is where it lost me a little bit.
Go convoluted. Just please.
I'm like, I think we should stick with, unless they had established that the Jester was responsible for these visions, which I guess they sort of did in a way that Jester was like, look over there, it's your dead dad. But other than that, it sort of just seems like they're having their own sort of hallucinations. At least in my perception, I was like, they're hallucinating.
Well, that's possible because with M at the end. Because this is where Mum says truth. Jester, just don't be afraid of the Jester. He just wants to show you the truth.
Yeah.
Comes through. Yeah.
I don't know. I think they could have just had his antics be at the forefront and it would have been more effective. Because he's so great. Like it's such a great character. Everything about it is so fun. And I feel like they could have worked a way to meld whatever they're trying to do with the dad into the Jester. You know?
Agreed. All right, Ghost Noose. The noose from the start, with that killed.
They call back to the noose.
They call back the noose, thank you. And it's around Em's neck. There's Jester, he's doing it. And she hangs above the bridge. So very much a callback. Same bridge, and she's struggling, to get free, pulling it back. And Dad Ghost and JC Ghost Kid go into the mausoleum within the graveyard because M is dropped. So I'm jumbled here. M is dropped from the bridge into the ghost cemetery, sees Ghost JC Kid, joined by Ghost Dad. They go up the steps to the mausoleum, and then Jester peeks his head out sideways, horizontally, doing a little Jester, unintended,
Classic
towards
Jester.
him to come to
Yeah.
join in the fun. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. But yeah, so you've got Dad, Jace, evil JC, and evil Dad in the mausoleum. M goes in, and they're in a suburban home carving pumpkins.
Yep.
We're getting there, children. We're getting there, Scream Queen. We're almost at the end.
No.
Yeah. Jace, and she's taunted and belittled by both characters. Yeah, you can both tell that that the Jester is controlling both of them. However, the Jester does these things. Yeah, and
Mystery.
and again, basically, climaxes culminates with Emma passing the knife because Dad previously had stabbed it through his heart as a kind of big metaphorical statement, kind of a big grand statement.
You killed
saying
me.
that you killed me, you're responsible for my death. So again, the psychological warfare is going on through the Jester. Yeah. JC is a complete bitch in this moment. Yeah, she is just destroys her, tears her apart. Pulls out the knife from Zombie Dad's chest, because he's just standing there with it, sticking it out of his chest. Yeah, in this little ghost suburban home, which I thought was a funny moment. And gives it to Emma and basically says, kill yourself. No one wants you. You were never wanted. No one will ever want you. Yeah. They really hammered that home. That was actually quite effective. Okay. All right. So, then this is basically the big climax of the action, really. Yeah, it really is. And then JC says, you are not real. Stabs M. There's a smash cut, effectively, because it goes from Jester's reality to Justice, into outside the mausoleum. Stabs JC. M stabs JC. There's Jester behind, golf clapping evilly. Yeah, standing right behind them. There was a question. I always knew you were awake. I knew you weren't asleep. What did that mean? JC
think
says that to M.
JC is reassuring M. I think JC says, I knew you were asleep, as to say, I know that you didn't stab me intentionally. I know that there is some other thing at play here, because she's just seen 3 of her best friends be murdered.
Cool. Thank you. And M stabs Jester over and over again and says that, this is important, that the Jester is a sickness. I know what you are. You're nothing, you're not real, etc. You are a sickness, because that is important. Okay. That's pretty much for that moment here. Calls him a sickness. Is this the Jester's truth? Yeah, that's what I questioned there. Yes, what is the blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're back in the graveyard. We've bookended, the film's bookended itself as the graveyard from the start. And it's playing a trick on us, at this point. Did JC die or not? That hasn't been exactly revealed. Just a little trick. It's playing on us. M's talking to Mum. What does she say? I forget. Point being, that JC is still alive, because she goes up
she says, give JC my love.
Give JC my love, thank you. And then next beat, John's name, Dad's name, is on the tombstone, and she says goodbye to Dad, like a final goodbye. That was really hammered home. A key line in that scene is, you made your own choices. That was delivered with a nice gravitas.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it was like, this is
definitely. But did he?
That relationship.
I get the feeling as well that they got the dad's name from the tombstone. They didn't have a tombstone made.
Why not?
Real.
Yeah, big borrow steal when you to get it out there. And another important moment in that little voiceover was, you made your own choices. You passed but it's basically revealed that it's highly suggested. We'll get your guys' opinion on this. With the truth has kind of also been revealed here as a potential mental illness that has been
Yeah.
passed down, and the Jester represents that as well. That's just generally what I was getting from that. What do you guys think?
Yep. I've got that as a note as part of the crypto psychology corner as well.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
the Jester real,
please.
or is the Jester something that family sees that's in their heads? I mean, I hesitate to use the word curse, but like you're told tales as a child, and so you can see the Jester as well when the mental illness kicks in, because you've been told that you should see the Jester when the mental illness kicks in.
And that kind of nicely ties up at the start with John having already interacted with the Jester. Yeah. So what do you think, Screen Queen, in terms of that? Does that put a ribbon on a bow, or is this more convolution?
I don't know. I think it pivoted a little bit for me. I was like, okay, so it's a supernatural force that has latched itself onto. I was thinking more along the lines of what Mr. Popcorn said earlier about some sort of deal that was done. And then they have, sort of lack of a better word, a curse now attached to the family. I think sickness is a strange word.
It's a strange word.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It
Hereditary Jester. It is the word they used. And that sort of caught me off guard.
And Jester was standing in the graveyard, not a threat anymore, just more of an omnipotent presence there at that point. Yeah, as she's talking about not passing.
Yeah, like she's made peace with it.
My choices are my own.
But it
and
also,
that choice being getting back with her sister. That's the happy reunion.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. It's like, are they saying that the dad actually killed himself? Because I don't think that's the case. I feel like it is foul play. But then it's like, how can you say that it was his choice if the Jester is involved? I need more of an explanation.
It's a big feeling of needing more.
Yes.
Maybe it's how they explain it to people that didn't experience it.
Yeah.
Didn't experience it? How do you mean?
So she's talking to the mother on the phone.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yep.
And so it would be. Well, I mean, we don't see any of their interaction. Like there's that jump cut from the stab to the graveyard. We've got no idea how long there was in between. So we don't know what conversations it had in between.
And that's a problem with this film. There is a temporal problem with this film overall. In terms of law being established and the family dynamic being established. Please,
not only that, but like the jump would also take into account stuff like, 3 of your friends died at a Hollywood haunt, at a Halloween haunt.
Yeah, well,
and there's no witnesses except you, and you say a crazy man in an orange suit with a plastic clown mask did it. How long would you like to spend stashed in the wacko basket?
Yeah.
Like in the room with the soft walls. Or if not in prison. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we missed.
I do hear, and that is, that's what I'm about to say, is that there's law missing. That's the universe, not enough of the universe.
And
I
think that's where the juice of it would be.
Because the family stuff was fine. It was fine. But you have a wonderful character. You've created a wonderful character.
I'll make a hard call here, which is the family stuff in this was still better than the family stuff in Night Swim.
Oh God, yes. And I did enjoy this more than Bankhead on my second watch, I will say. It's it's close. It's close. Yeah, but that's by the by.
And a lot of this, like, again, was it a little bit muddied, the law and the sort of the way that it operates? Yes, but it could be building to a sequel.
Yeah.
They don't want to,
Yeah.
they want to leave something to the imagination.
Yeah. Shudder. Get on this, I reckon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's absolute. Oh, so
On
Shudder.
the
And-
next one, pick up the
Yeah.
Like
sequel.
the and the Dread Central people who
Yeah.
were
Yes.
production. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're good.
Yeah.
Dread's great. Yeah, Dread's great. They're legends. Yeah. So there's something good on our hands here. Definitely needs, presentation. Just for me, just overall problem of presentation of this character, and the character's world is the big thing. Flesh it out.
Yeah.
Want to see more. Like,
Yeah.
I think they
Please,
need to
Rick.
lean. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say that's a wonderful problem to have for people
Oh,
wanting to see more.
Oh, yeah.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
for
yeah.
people to want to know more. Oh no.
Mhm. Exactly.
I think they should lean into the slasher. Just go
Yeah.
for it.
Go for it.
Because like you said, we got an
creative kills.
iconic masked, funny
And your kills are
villain.
great. And the kills are
Yeah.
great. Yeah. You're
Like
creative.
lean into it. Like everything felt second to that, I think.
Honestly, the feeling that I got from watching the shorts after I watched the feature, I would just love to see the Jester not be related to 3 or 4 people in the film. Just have the Jester floating about at Halloween, interacting with random people. Do it like an anthology. Have him be the put through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And have him kill some bad people and stop a kid from getting run over by a car or attacked, or like have that sort of moral ambiguity of the character where it's like, no, he
because
helped
I like
this person,
that.
but he killed this person.
Yeah, I do like the moral ambiguity that they're presented with the Jester. Makes them definitely more interesting and unpredictable.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
unpredictability and horror go hand in hand. But
Yeah, absolutely.
where you want them to. Ratings. Baron, what do you give it?
I'm going to give this a solid 4.
Wow. Okay, cool.
I was sitting
Delicious.
delicious. I was sitting at like a 3.5 until I saw the shorts, and it brought it up another point to a 4, just because it gave me that little bit of extra insight into the Jester that you don't see in the feature.
Yes.
And I know this doesn't help people that are seeing the feature, but watch the shorts as well. You'll thank me for it.
There's a really good continuity, unlike recent short-come features that we've seen recently. There's a really good, just further expanding on the world and the character they've created. Yeah. Scream Queen, what do you think?
I'm gonna give this a solid 3.
Okay.
I was very satisfied. Like I said, it's a nice little sit down, watch a horror movie, have some fun. It's a perfect like Halloween movie, and like got a great killer. Like this little prankster killer. I love it. Like he's just dancing around. He's silly. I thought it was fun.
Fantastic. I will go 3 as well. It's come up in my opinion after the second watch today and our discussion 2 nights. So I thank you both for that as well, for the further appreciation. And you've got a wonderful character here, people. Sheffield, Korchak, expand on the slasher potential, definitely. Make him more unpredictable, just less attached to a family. Let's avoid the lifetime movie thing.
It
Focusing on the
happens a
family so
lot
much in movies.
in
Please.
horror.
It does at the moment. Recently,
at the moment,
especially,
like Five Nights at Freddy's did the same thing. They leaned into the family trauma, childhood trauma aspect when it's really not what people are interested in. People want to see monsters chew people up.
And
the Banana Splits movie did the same thing. Banana Splits did the same thing. There's a family drama at the core of that, and they didn't need it.
And I go for more of a stronger protagonist, a final girl or whatever. Yeah, you decide. And that will drive the pace of it. More, and will have someone to be attached to, so the stakes will be higher. And if the stakes are higher, you can go further with the Jester, and because you have someone beautifully theatrically violent here. And I dig it. So it's a very satisfied 3. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Plan to see more. Thank you. again, to hold fast public relations. Yeah, keep them coming. We'll keep covering them, definitely. Okay, okay, so we've got about 5 minutes, Screen Queen. It's 10:25. Coming up next, we saw Imaginary. Scream Queen, she's going to see it soon.
To
and
be
then
seen.
To be
Yes.
seen. Got a guest coming on for it. We'll reveal that when it happens.
Mm.
And yes, so thanks again to Faith Nightclub for that, Richard, and Christian Fletcher Events, Christian Fletcher, yeah, and Think Tank Communications, and keep them coming. Thank you, and we'll keep covering. Absolutely, really love what's happening here for Evil Popcorn out in Brisbane. Okay. Quick recommendations. So, guys, I suggest a recommendation because I saw this crazy movie before Imaginary at Dendi Cooperoo Cinema. It's called The Zone of Interest. It is about living next door to Auschwitz. A Nazi and his family being a good dad, a loving father, loving husband, living next door to Auschwitz. That's all I'll say. Soundtrack, it's all through the sound, and it's boggling. It is boggling. Yeah, it's not horror, but you won't come away skipping through the daisies on that one. No, you'll take a moment to reflect. Who's next? Whoever, please.
I'll go next. I won't do a crypto psychology corner because we've kind of covered it throughout. But if anyone is interested in giving me their theories, post them to us, like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, whatever you're on. Send them to us.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, please. Yeah, do. Yeah.
Shout outs, Queensland Ghostbusters, Improv Queensland, Act React. But I do have to give a shout out to Supernova, my fellow MCs there, Peter, Sarah, who I'm not sure who else is coming along. I know those two definitely. And thanks to Scott and Daniel for having me back. I really appreciate it. Come and if you want to see me work, I'll be at Supernova Gold Coast, MCing and such like that.
Yeah. Cool. Feel free to post any of that up, on our socials. Yeah.
Valley Variety Show coming up at Evil Corp. So
yeah, fantastic.
My recommendation is it's not horror, but something I've been really loving a lot recently is Dropout. It's a subscription service. You probably heard, I don't know if you've heard of Dimension 20 is a great D&D podcast.
Okay.
Well, in my humble opinion.
I don't disagree, but I have others that I prefer.
Yeah, for sure. But Dropout is a subscription service where they have like all sorts of like improv comedy series that are really great. They're like a great platform. They like take care of the artists and their talent. So always wanna support them. They're great. Absolutely. Dropout, they College Humor was the original thing. You've definitely seen them around old YouTube days. But yeah, Dropout is where all their stuff is now, and it's great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
My wife, who I'll refer to, I think going forward as the Pirate Queen, because that's what she's been known as, has a subscription to Dropout, and we often watch the video. So I will second that.
It's very fun.
As a proxy to the Pirate Queen. So yeah.
Very cool. Shout out to Evil Corp, of course. And in terms of what's coming next, because the kind of shout outs as well, shout out Ollie Stenning, Cuckoo Entertainment. He does comedy horror. There's an interview coming up soon. Jacob, it's called Malefique is the name of his short film. I forget your last name, man. Sorry. I will be prepared next time to do a proper shout out, but he's going to come on for an interview soon. And so we've got Imaginary coming up in terms of what we're going to cover, and also The Loved Ones as well. It is coming.
Yeah.
I'm
going to have to watch that again now. You realize that, right?
So am I. Yes. Oh dear. What a torture.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Absolutely. We'll post it all up on the socials. Do follow the socials, please. At Evil Popcorn Podcast. Just Google that and go nuts, please, on all the platforms. And yeah, just a thing I learned about the algae rhythms in terms of commenting, in terms of regards to reach, getting us out there more via the algae rhythms. If you comment, it gets us to 50 people, just randomly comes up on 50
Yeah.
people's feeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you just say, hey, yeah, that was cool. Or hey, who cares? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crap.
I
Do
disagree.
it.
I
I
disagree with
disagree. That's
everything
better.
those idiots said.
Hate
I
Yes,
comments,
disagree.
please.
engage,
Yeah.
engage. I just, yeah, that's just an easy way for us to get out there
No,
more.
I'll
But
make my
yeah,
dad make an Instagram account.
yeah, cool. Yeah, just let people know us, let people know about us. Just talking with Richard, there's not another real horror movie, horror culture, if you will, podcast out there in Brisbane. So we want this to grow as much as possible. So anyone who wants to be involved, connected, get at us.
Please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's a great way to finish that off. And we will sign out. And Baron, please sign out. What have you got?
Go to bed, children.
Scream Queen.
Yeah, Scream Queen here telling you to sleep well and don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah, so this has
There are
been
bed
Mr.
bugs.
In my house, yeah. I'm
Oh,
renting.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Right,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
And this has been Mr. Popcorn, keeping it buttery. Peace. Okay, cool.
Freeze
Done.
frame.
Whoa.